Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Hgp Sport. For today, Monday, April 15, 2019. I am Stanford Howard. Thanks for joining us. We begin by telling you in football news. Christiansburg Wisma captured the 7th edition of the Milo Under-18 Schools Football Tournament as Annandale placed third at the weekend. The details in this report. The Milo Under-18 Schools Football Tournament concluded this weekend with top dogs Wisma going up against 2014 champions Lodge Secondary. Patrons were able to witness supremacy and dominance over ball possession from both sides, which led to a no conversion of goal kicks, and attacks from defense led to a stalemate in the first half. With the resumption of the second half, it took 27 minutes before Andre Mayers, skipper of Wisma, beat Lodge goalkeeper to take the lead, as they held on for the remainder of the game to be crowned champions for the first time. Speaking to reporters after his team win, Myers had this to say.
Well, we plan was to come and score as many goals as possible, but we didn't get to work out, but we still had put in one. Well, basically we just come out and work together and came out successful.
A tough contest there in the final contest, but a goal separated. We think made a difference on the field.
Well, basically we was putting our hard work that we set out to put out, and yeah, it is it.
The third place playoff saw a battle between the two East Coast schools, Annandale Secondary and President's College. Annandale wasted no time in dismantling President's College when Omaria Glasgow netted a double in the 4th and 76th minute, and Colin Hendricks with a hat-trick in the 9th, 57th and 79th minute to secure a 5-0 win and third place. Both Hendricks and Glasgow spoke about their performances and their team.
I feel I contributed well because I scored 3 goals. And I really feel happy.
What do you think made a difference between Annandale and President's College? How you felt your team played?
I felt my team played well because we were passing the ball around them and we had a victory.
Well, I feel I performed great. Also, the rest of the teammates. I think from the last against Christiansburg in the semi-final, I think we make a back for it in the third place game, but we didn't want to get third. We wanted to be in the final playing for the first place. But I think the team performed great tonight.
Skipper Andre Myers from Christiansburg didn't only win for his team, but took home 2 more accolades for the most valuable player and highest goal scorer with 10 goals, along with Derwin George from Lodge, who was awarded 10 goals. Best goalkeeper was Jonathan Copeland from Wisma Secondary. For Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard. Uprising, the defending champions in the East Coast zone of the Guinness Greatest of the Streets, has fallen from greatness. Samuel Gillis has more.
For 2 nights over the weekend to witness greatness in football played at the tarmac at Aslington on the east coast of Demerara. Among the teams that came out to display greatness were Melanie B as they came up against Lilliandale Hustlers and won 1-0. As the night continued, much to the disappointment of many present, Uprising and the defending champions suffered some down-sittings at the quick foot of Belfield Warriors. They prevented each other from scoring until the penalty kicks, where Belfield took the advantage, winning with 1 goal. Again, the Uprising team failed to defend in Game 4 against Paradise A, who scored the only goal of the night. They, however, could redeem themselves if they managed to win the plate competition, which has a winner-take-all prize of $60,000 plus a trophy. In the last 3 minutes of these games, if any team scores a goal, it is counted as a Guinness goal, which is calculated as 2 goals. Semi-final matchups will see Melanie B versus Victoria Churchyard, Paradise A versus Lilliandale Hustlers, while the plate semi-final matchups will have BVA versus Uprising and Belfield versus Buxton. The semi-finals are set for April the 22nd. For Hgp Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
We continue with more football news. The draw has been completed and the Golden Jaguars are ready to compete. These are the words of captain of the Golden Jaguars, Samuel Cox. Jaden Samuels has more in this report.
After being drawn in Group D and playing against the United States in the host nation's first match at the CONCACAF, the Gold Cup is a dream come true, according to Captain Samuel Cox. Guyana's senior men's team will make its first appearance at the Gold Cup in June after beating Belize 2-1 at home in their final qualifier last month. The team has been drawn in Group D against the United States, Panama, and Trinidad and Tobago in a mouth-watering matchup that is likely to attract big television audiences as one of the toughest set of fixtures in the opening stage of the tournament. Cox says, though, that because the USA is the current holders of the Gold Cup, to be right alongside the champions in Guyana's first game in the group bring about not only the best feeling, but more so the best exposure for the local side. This will be big for Guyana as the country, for the first time, will be showcased on billions of television screens across the globe. Guyana plays the United States in Minneapolis on Tuesday, June 18, Panama in Cleveland on Saturday, June 22, and Trinidad and Tobago in Kansas City on Wednesday, June 26. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
Switching our attention now to volleyball. Top form was into final and will meet the already qualified Roughnecks on Easter Sunday at the Golden Beach to see who will cart off the spoils as the BARTICA Regatta Volleyball Championship concludes. Here is Jaden with that story.
Top Form has proven that they are the team to beat, serving their way in the finals of the BARTICA Easter Regatta 2019 volleyball tournament, securing 3 wins in as many matches. Leading the charge for Top Form are Devon Elias, Marlon Kane, Joseph Welu, Sean Garway, and Antonio Melville, while those charting the way for Roughnecks, which will hope to turn the tide against Top Form in the finals, are Trevon Stoll, Oswald Hudson, Bredon Burnett, Kellon Tracy, and Lanzo Narain. With the finals set for the Golden Beach and running together with the boat races, Roughnecks, who were waiting to see who they will be coming up against, will be putting their final preparations together to take on Top Form, who is the favorite going into Sunday's final. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
Thank you, Jaden. And finally, cricket news. Contrary to the wish of cricket supporters, Guyana fell to Barbados in an under-15 clash, despite Mavindra Dindilal striking 126 runs. Samuel Gillis has more on that story.
In the second match of the regional under-15 Super 50 Cup in Antigua, Guyana failed against Barbados, who sought to defend its title. Barbados lost to Trinidad and Tobago, but was adamant about winning against Guyana. They made 332 runs while losing 7 wickets, a total that proved too great for Guyana's middle and lower order batsmen. Good bowling and a climbing run rate disabled Guyana's batting, and the overs eventually expired, leaving Guyana at 237 for 8. Anthony Khan fell for 16 or 44 balls, before Mohabir joined Dindial and the pair added 111 runs for the 3rd wicket, but not before Mavindra made 126 from 120 balls, striking 17 fours and 1 6, but all to the undesirable end for his team. Guyana set to face the Windward Islands on Tuesday. For Hgp Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
Thank you, Samuel. That concludes our cast for this evening. I am Stanford Howard, reminding you that grey skies are just clouds passing over. Have a pleasant rest of the evening.